Subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update.
Hallo lieber Zuschauer, heute sind wir beim Trödelcenter im Saarland. Today on Lady Mary Bath, I'm taking you along to the Trödelcenter. It's an indoor flea market experience located in Überherrn in the state of the Saarland, just down the road from the Villeroy Boch estate, Linslerhof. Lots to discover in this shop with a bit of history. Can't wait to take you along. Join me.
It's always great to be back at the Trödelcenter. You can find them in the industrial area in Überherrn, near Saarlouis, Germany. They don't have estate sales, and companies like this will go in and do a buyout, and they bring all of these items back to their shop. It's like a flea market with many great finds, and the inventory is always changing. There are even busloads of French shoppers that will come in because we are very close to France, and they do a great business. We see some top brands and beautiful finds already. Here's an overview of the store. You probably remember our previous visits here. It's always something new to discover, and lots of mid-century finds. And in this case, a treasure trove of cut-to-clear glasses.
Willkommen beim Trödelcenter. Welcome to the Trödelcenter, an indoor flea market experience where you will find some amazing deals. In this case, I see some cut-to-clear glass. Let's have a look.
A beautiful variety representing many of Europe's finest glass manufacturers, including the first French glass factory that was founded in 1586, and the first European factory to produce high-quality lead crystal. This ruby beauty is from Saint Louis Cristal, priced at €60, and it would cost much more retail. And these blue flutes are from Carlo Moretti, and the tumblers online are about €60. Those are 22 each. The cut crystal is magnificent. You'll notice the vibrant colors from this Moser glass. It is priced at €120. And this one has a beautiful stem. That's from WMF, which is a German company. Württembergische Metallwarenfabrik, known for metal tableware. €45.
Adding cut-to-clear to your everyday and entertaining is always a good idea. Some wonderful craftsmanship from Moser and Saint Louis, also WMF, a German company.
The vibrant color of the Moser glass is that beautiful chartreuse. They are known for that. It's also a brand favored by royalty and diplomats, still operating in the Czech Republic today. This ornate compote is from a company known for its Rococo style with gilding and applied decorations. Beautiful blue and white. We'll have to take a look at the back stamp with lots of great information. Von Schierholz gegründet, 1817 it was founded. In Thüringen, the eastern part of Germany. It is echt Kobalt. Absolutely beautiful, €140. These are almost museum pieces. And this Murano glass is exceptional with the seahorse. And that definitely has some great value. The seahorse is the symbol of Waterford crystal, which always has my attention. Of course, no relation to Murano glass. With this Italian craftsman, you can visit the island of Murano today. It is quite pricey there. Always look up, you never know what you'll find, including furniture. Crystal collectibles from a company that you might not think of as a crystal manufacturer. Price is 16 euros from Villeroy Boch. A nice collectible.
They have all their ducks in a row here with Villeroy Boch. You may not think of this company as a crystal manufacturer, but they actually have had their Kristallerie in Wattgassen since 1843. Just another example of their innovation and diversification in the tabletop industry. And they also invited some famous artists to participate in their crystal works.
Bowls are practical and purposeful, and this is a 1980s classic that is still popular today and an excellent price. It's usually much more expensive at flea markets, 10 euros.
In the 1980s, Villeroy Boch worked with Paloma Picasso to design several different dinnerware patterns and this crystal line, which is classic and was quite popular through the 90s. And we see that acid etch logo, Paloma Picasso, Villeroy Boch.
We're finding more ashtrays at flea markets and estate sales, and this frosted rooster is a lovely piece. You could repurpose it as a spoon holder, you could use it as a decorative element, a base, as a coaster. For 14 euros, it is cut crystal. Compotes are also purposeful, and we find quite a few here. For 6 euros, this mini rose bowl is a wonderful tabletop essential, also makes a great gift. And flowers are affordable in Europe. You could take that to a florist and have an inexpensive hostess gift. Gorgeous compote with the Hobstar design and strawberry cuts from Nachtmann, 18 euros. And what a surprise, we find a swung vase in Germany. That's a first for me. Very popular mid-century vase. I've explained the history of this in a visit to the Houston Glass Show and Sale and how these are made. It lives up to its name. It is actually swung by the glass blower. This sweet basket is great for any time of the year, and we will see the daisy and button design along with the Hobstar. For cut crystal, 16 euros, it's about $18, $19. That's a great deal. Such an intricate cut. Absolutely love that basket. Could fill it with chocolates. And lots of crystal vases. I find that crystal is more affordable in Germany than in the United States at antique stores. A great opportunity if you can fit that in your suitcase and bring it home. And this compote is stunning for 32 euros. You can tell it is a fine quality, one that stands out from the rest. And we'll take a closer look. We can see part of a sticker from a nearby, well-known tabletop manufacturer.
A stunning crystal compote. This is quality. You can see by the thickness and design on the base, reminiscent of Waterford crystal. And here in the bowl portion, we see the Hobstar design and many intricate cuts. The remnants of the sticker tells us it is from Villeroy Boch, 32 euros. This one is definitely going home with me today.
A sweet pitcher hiding amongst these grand vases for 12 euros. It is a beautiful piece with the etching from Wagner. It's harder to find pitchers in Europe. They don't serve iced beverages like we do in the South. And for the breakfast table, I find that to be very practical in Germany. The Hofbauer birds with ruby flashing. And this gorgeous vase for 28 euros. It almost has a Miller Rogosco look about it with the etched florals, similar to the Gallia pattern. I was very tempted with this. Would also make a great gift. You can tell it is quality. And we also see the Villeroy Boch label on that decanter. This small ice bucket is great for a mini bar. 24 euros. It is lead crystal. It reminds me of Waterford with the quality and cuts. Has a silver-plated trim and handle. This oval dish would be nice for a buffet. Could fill it with fruit. 16 euros. typical of the mid-century in Germany. We have kind of that honey-colored applied 28 euros. We see that a lot. I will say that's a much better quality than most. A nice set for berries or ice cream. And here's a piece that reminds me of our trip to Round Top. I'll tell you more about the history. Quite a unique find. Something I have not seen at the Trödelcenter on previous visits. And there along the base, we see some numbers. They're part of the original piece, 95 euros. Verdun.
Trench art is highly collectible, known as Schützengrabenkunst. This one is engraved with Verdun. It was a way to pass the time with soldiers, POWs, and even civilians with byproducts from modern warfare. And the Verdun is a nod to the most pivotal battle in World War I with French and German forces. And this is priced at 95 euros. We have seen trench art at Charles Keaton's tent in Warrenton during the Round Top show. One of our Lady Mary Beth's Table group page members on Facebook, Laura, bought a large piece from Charles and uses it as an umbrella stand. It's a great way to upcycle something from the past.
This copper jug is from the mid-century. It would have been used as a floor vase or decorative object. Something that is easy to add to your decor. Has lots of detailing there, and the original sticker, priced at 35 euros. Massiv Kupfer from SKS Design, schöner Schenken.
It's not all about the crystal, they're also heavy metals. This copper was popular in the mid-century, hammered, handcrafted, and highly collectible.
You can also find everyday essentials for grilling. These metal skewers are affordable and practical. They can withstand the heat, and you don't have to pre-soak them as you would wooden skewers. Another copper vessel, perfect to use as an accent piece. And pretty porcelain. The ginger jar would make a stunning statement piece. This oval dish is well priced at 22 euros. It is from Ilmenau, a company that has its roots in eastern Germany. 1777, they started out as the Graf von Henneberg Porzellanfabrik. They produced porcelain for the German parliament back in the days of East Germany, closed in 2007. This, I thought, was a stunning statement piece to anchor a room. It is needlepoint, well framed for 45 euros. Great deal. This secretary is a very unique piece. It's not the typical taller secretary. I have seen this used between two comfortable chairs and a living room setting. You can have your personalized notes close at hand. Very practical piece. It's also pretty. I'll tell you some about the history of this inlaid wood. It'll be a wonderful addition. I'm sure it was a prized piece in someone's home. Could definitely fill those drawers.
This Italian inlaid secretary is priced at 950 euros. It is a tradition dating back to ancient times with the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans, and known in Italy for their craftsmanship. It is a technique of embedding wood and creating an intricate design. This is a very purposeful item, lots of great storage, and could fit in most any room of your home.
These chairs could be an instant addition to your dining table. Such style, and they're 60 euros each. We have more metalware. You can see how popular copper was in the mid-century. It's all coming back now into these stores and flea markets. The Römergläser with a gold rim is something you don't see as often. These look to be from Nachtmann, 12 euros each, which is a very fair price. Definitely plentiful in the secondhand shops these days. A small collectible that I would consider portable. You could fit it in your handbag if you needed to move it. These are exceptionally priced, anywhere from €3 to 6. And there are some top brands here. For the collector, this would be a dream. It's hard to choose a favorite.
A small sewing tool with an interesting history. The thimble is referred to as a Fingerhut in German, a finger hat, literally. And they have some top brands here, including Royal Terra. They're priced at €6 each, which is a great deal.
Terra Hall. This bone china is made in Galway from Royal Terra. Josiah Wedgwood represented here with this jasperware thimble, €6. The most valuable one, in my opinion, is from Janori. Great back stamp. For the collector, that would be probably the best edition. Masons, made in England. Transferware. Another pretty one. From Hammersley, bone china made in England. Another pretty in pink from Royal Doulton, €6. I contacted a friend in the Netherlands to see if she wanted to add to her collection, but I think she's full up. Royal Albert, known for their floral designs.
It's an implement used for pushing the needle when sewing. They were first widely produced by Dutch metal worker John Lording in 1695 in England, and we find them today in porcelain, glass, and metal. They've got a variety throughout the store, and many top brands in the porcelain pieces, including Janori, which is a hidden gem.
Someone had a collection of wooden safari animals. That's always fun. And more porcelain vases, something I'm always looking for. Makes a great gift. And if we look at the back stamp or sticker in this case, we can learn more about the history. I find it interesting to learn about the factories. €35. It has swan handles for a graceful look and a square base. It is from Lindner, Handarbeit, handmade from West Germany. And that is made before the fall of 1989 when the wall came down. €16 for this vase with the geese.
Lots of history with the porcelain pieces in this store. We look at the back stamp and we see Wohenstrauss Johann Zeltmann. This is a company that was founded by two brothers in 1901, named after their town, Wohenstrauss. They eventually went their separate ways in 1909 with Christian Wilhelm starting the Zeltmann Weiden company that still thrives and survives today. Unfortunately, the Johann Zeltmann company had a bit of a different story. We can still find these pretty porcelain pieces today in secondhand stores. The company unfortunately did not survive the German reunification. They already had financial setbacks, and with the German government investing in East German porcelain factories promising help with reconstruction and modernization, the competition was fierce. They were absorbed by Winterling in 1997.
The bottom shelf advantage with Echt Cobalt. We see a couple of ginger jars, vases, great prices, €16, 18, and 12. This is a great price. I like that fluted design, the ruffled edge. It is made in Bavaria, 24 karat gold. Echt Cobalt from Wunsiedel. This quiche platter is perfect for fall. I would display it. €38 is a bit high. Let's take a look at the back stamp. No surprise, Villeroy Boch, also known as V&B, V&B. And it is oven to table. It is something I have not seen before in the Paradiso pattern, and that's probably why it's a bit more expensive. A great piece. Here's a large collection of white porcelain. I assume this must be from a hotel, and I talked to the owners. It's actually from a restaurant that they bought out, and it makes perfect sense. And they actually had a lot more. They told me that there were some Japanese customers that came in and bought teacups and saucers and individual coffee pots to use as gifts. What a great idea. At least I could grab a couple before they were all gone.
A sea of classic white dishes. These go with every taste and style. From Rosenthal, when we turn it over and look at that back stamp, it is from the classic rose collection in the Sanssouci pattern, named after the summer palace of Frederick the Great. It was designed in 1745, took 2 years to build. We do see lots of design inspiration from the estate. Let's have a closer look. Lots of oval serving platters. If we look at the design, we see the Rococo inspiration, and the terraced vineyards and trellises of the Sanssouci Palace are represented here in this design.
I had to grab a couple of these pieces. The Sanssouci design has special meaning. When I was in college, I took a trip to East Germany after the wall came down and was at the Sanssouci Palace, and then went to nearby Sizilienhof with my college friends, and we happened to meet Boris Yeltsin. It was an incredible memory and a very lucky day. Butter pats, ashtrays, this is definitely a unique set.
This plentiful pattern from Rosenthal was most likely part of their hotel ware. We see lots of ashtrays and multiples in the individual coffee pots.
I had fun shopping here with my friend Nelson from the Netherlands. He has an antique booth there and was able to purchase some items in this store. Some cuckoo clocks that would be great souvenirs, and a collector's plate I'll tell you more about.
Cuckoo clocks and collector's plates, two things that you will find often in Germany. And this one has some historical significance, interesting history, and is an incredible deal. I'll tell you more about it.
The striking design of this plate is interesting that it has historical elements as part of the design. And I'll give you a look at the back side of the plate. It's more than a back stamp, it's the entire history. And you'll notice it is from Heinrich, Villeroy Boch. They acquired Heinrich in 1976, which allowed them to produce bone china. And we do see the Heinrich brand still used today.
Collector's plates, or Sammelteller, were very popular in Germany in the mid-century and still today. This one definitely is a Wandteller. You will want to hang this one on the wall. It has historical significance in this area. Here we see the city of Saarlouis and King Louis XIV. He had his court architect Bourbon design Saarlouis as a stronghold to secure the eastern border. It is now part of Germany, and we have the history on the back of the plate. It is a limited edition. This is 835 out of 1,000 made. In our home here in Germany, we have number 799 that I found at a flea market. 20 euros is an exceptional deal. This sold for 200 D-Mark in the 1980s. There you will see Louis XIV, known as the Sun King, his court architect Vauban, Marshal Ney, who was born in Saarlouis and became very important in the French history, was Duke of Elchingen and the Prince of Moscow, and the mayor of Saarlouis, Chaussy, who became the Marquis of Montville.
These beautiful tabletop essentials remind me of our upcoming Savor and Style luncheon on September 20th in Houston. If you're able to join us, please go to ladymarybeth.com to reserve your seat. Wouldn't this be perfect for the breakfast table? For juice. It's a blue and white dream with the Zwiebelmuster, or blue onion pattern. I'll tell you more about the history and give you an up-close look at these pieces. They are true antiques. And they look like they were made to match. And this side table could fit just about anywhere.
Two fabulous pieces of Zwiebelmuster, the blue onion pattern that is chinoiserie inspired and first made by Meissen in 1730 and quickly copied by many different European porcelain manufacturers. If we look at the back stamp, it is Dresden from Villeroy Boch. They opened this factory in 1856, and by 1946, it was taken over by East Germany. And that's how we can date some of these great pieces.
These antiques have stood the test of time, a wonderful way to shop sustainably and affordably.
The Zwiebelmuster side table dates to about 1880. It is two-tiered and has a porcelain inset top with that wonderful chinoiserie-inspired pattern. It is priced at 160 euros, will be a lovely addition as a side table in just about any room of your home.
This is a best-kept secret amongst expats and those in the military that are living in the area. You do see Americans here occasionally. The furniture prices are incredible. This French antique buffet or hut, china cabinet, whatever you might call it, is hand-carved and exceptional. And I would say the dragon carving is rather rare. I have not seen that before. We have a similar piece at our home in Germany, without the dragon, of course. Classic blue and white with a matching pair of vases. These are your statement pieces. They are from the Netherlands, with a back stamp that has an association to the Villeroy Boch family. They were cousins. I've shared the history in a previous segment at Round Top Antiques and Design Center. For Royal Sphinx by Boch. Love it. A pair of Delft vases, and we have even more Delft. I encourage you to join our Lady Mary Beth's Table group page on Facebook, where you can meet members from all over the world and see some of their finds. And wouldn't this be an incredible addition? A Delft punch bowl, 120 euros. Could use it to hold drinks, a plant, Christmas ornaments, many ways to display that. Candle holders are practical and elegant, especially when they are hand painted and porcelain, 75 euros, with the pastel and gold accents. It'd be great for spring and summer. It is from Lindner Küps, Bavaria, in the Sanssouci Weiss pattern. And this was probably the distributor or a store, Karl Dietz in Saarbrücken, the capital.
A triple porcelain candelabra carrying the Sanssouci pattern name. It is not related to Rosenthal. This is from Lindner Porzellan, a company founded in 1932 by Ernst Lindner in Küps, Bavaria. It has some beautiful ornamental detail. This is an area of Germany that has over 200 years of porcelain making, and this particular factory holds over 30,000 historical molds and decorative designs.
We've just found the perfect Christmas centerpiece bowl, priced at 85 euros. Emerald cut to clear. We see the modern daisy design along with the traditional hobstar cuts. You could fill that with florals, ornaments, or a fruit salad. Some more traditional German finds with the Steingut. This was very well priced, 22 euros. We also find lots of wood carvings in the mid-century. The jug and 6 glasses, that is a great deal. Lots of canister sets. Some of these are from the 1920s and 30s. And they're always decorative. Step into the mid-century with some great seating and lighting. I've never seen a lamp like this. The shade goes on for miles. And you'll see those brown and orange tones that were popular in the late 60s and early 70s, with a pottery base priced at 95 euros. And a tiered server for 16 euros. Loving these vibrant colors, also popular in the mid-century. We see a touch of olive green along with that orangey red. Great for entertaining. Villeroy Boch is well represented here, no surprise. Some decorative and everyday pieces. They actually had a pair of these for 18 euros. It's like artwork on porcelain. Let's take a look at the back. It gives us more information. And it was a promotional item that was given by a city. The Pasadena pattern, the Burgenland in red, and Wildrose, wild rose, that was inspired by desert rose from Franciscan. And they sell these as trios, a Kaffeegedeck, so that you have the plate, cup, and saucer for coffee, 16 euros for each set. The basket pattern, which was very popular in the 80s, it really helped them to anchor themselves in the US market. And lots of gold. That's definitely not B&B. That's probably from the East. I see some from Dresden. You can tell by the styles. A nice set of napkin rings, hard to find in B&B, 12 euros each, and that back stamp is much older. Summer Day, pronounced Summer Day, also popular, and knife rests for 6 euros. These are also hard to find. I'm delighted to find all of these Burgenland Blau mini coffee pots. And there is one blue and the sea of red. And you know that's going home with me. This one is definitely older, probably from the 1930s or 40s. I love it.
It's dish paradise with lots of Villeroy Boch represented, since the headquarters is just down the road in Mettlach. And I found a Burgenland Blau individual coffee pot, which I will use for tea. What a great find for 6 euros. They only had one in blue, but lots in Burgenland Rot, and these would blend beautifully on a table.
The Alt Amsterdam pattern was made from 1983 to 1997, and this picture is well priced. Pictures are a rare find in any of the V&B patterns, and this would be a great buy. A modern example of V&B, the New Wave pattern, has become quite popular, and they also make city mugs you may have seen with London, Paris, and this represents Mettlach and Villeroy Boch as a company. Great breakfast set, well priced at 18 euros. We see the Old Abbey, which is their headquarters in Mettlach, a coffee pot, which represents their porcelain production, the Zaarschleife, and a bathroom sink because they also make bath products, sinks, tubs, and more. We find a variety including clocks. Yes, they did make porcelain clocks. And even some whimsical finds. Would be a great men's gift. Perfect for your wallet and keys. Priced at 26 euros. It is a dollar bill that is integrated into the design. And it looks like some European coins. It's called Butler. Sometimes I find these interesting pieces would make the best gifts. Something that you know someone doesn't already have. German Majolica, very well priced at 12 euros. I would say it's few and far between. We find more in the States than in Germany usually with the Majolica. A classic blue and white that we don't see as often from B&B. You'll notice these items are priced individually, 8 euros for the creamer in the Val Bleu pattern, made in West Germany, which is before 1989. B&B is also known for tiles. This represents Art Nouveau or Jugendstil, priced at 35. The Manoir Blank. We usually see this with transferware, and I will show you an example of how they take this piece and add an embellishment with a decoration.
Germans are very efficient with their china designs as well. This is the classic manoir pattern that is all white. You will see it in the popular petite fleur pattern as well. It is the same blank with different embellishment. There are many other patterns that have this, including French garden, cottage, and holly.
They're always bringing in new items. Classic blue and white dinnerware, and brass candle holders. These are priced at 10 euros each. The teapot is 16 euros. Beautiful transferware. Let's look at that back stamp. It is Blue Castle from Villeroy Boch, Vitre porcelain, which is vitrified porcelain. They placed everything on the table here, and they priced them individually, feeling that it is not a complete set. However, I think you could work with that quite easily for coffee or dinner service, especially if you grab those plates at 12 euros each. This is a pattern that was made in the 1970s and early 80s with an older style back stamp. It looks almost English. 26 euros for the soup tureen is an exceptional price. If I had more room in my cabinets, and there's always something small to find at the register, perfume bottles, and more thimbles. Always have such fun at the Trödelcenter.
So glad you joined me today for the Trödelcenter in Überherrn. We found lots of great deals, all with a bit of interesting history. I'm taking home this collector's plate from the city of Saarlouis, made by V&B. It is time to say Auf Wiedersehen. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Bath. Elevate your everyday with thrifting.